first task, what we're going to do is we're going to add in our title slide. Now to add in a slide, you have to add a photo. Okay, so we're going to click on this button here, add photos and video. Okay, so we just click on it, and then you're going to want to click on the folder titled pictures. And then we're going to choose an image. So you just choose an image. Since we're doing the space unit, I'm going to choose a picture of the Earth. Double click on it, and that is your first slide. Because this is our title slide, we're going to want to add some writing to it to create our title. Now you're going to have to do this for other slides as well, so I'm just going to teach you in this first section how to do it. Now to add a caption or a title or any type of writing, you click on the button that says caption. As you see, there will be a text box there. Okay, and then you can just click on the box and you can change the font and the title. I'm going to type in Earth. You can move it around and you can center it wherever you'd like. You can put it at the top, the bottom, anywhere. I'll put it right in the center. You can also change the size or the style of the font that you'd like, which is right over here in this top section. So I want to make it a little bit bigger. And then I can also change the color. I'll change it to red. And bold it so it stands out a little bit. Okay. And there you go. That is your first slide. The next task we're going to do is create animation or some type of movement to the font. Now to do this, you'll see on the top here that it says text tool highlighted in purple. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that option. Now as you can see, there are all of these blue boxes here that are called effects. Now these are going to be the different text effects. Okay, so if we just hold the mouse over one of them and look at the image video screen on the side here, we can see what happens to our fonts. Okay, so the first one, we see what happens to it. Okay, if we move it over to another one, we see that something different happens to the font. Now you can click on this button right here, the little arrow pointing down with a bar over it that says more. So once we click on that, we'll see that it gives us many different options. Okay, and you can just click and choose any one you'd like. And if we press the play button here to watch this first slide, we will see the effect on that text. Our next task will be to add in another picture slide. So to do this, you have to make sure we're on the home button screen. Click on it until we see all of these options again. And again, you're going to click on the Add Videos and Photo button. Okay, so again, we come to our picture library and we can click on another image. And it'll simply add the slide next to it. The next task we're going to do is add transition from one slide to the next. Now to add transition to a slide, what we do is we're going to click on the slide or picture that we want to add the transition to. So I'm going to choose the second one. And then we're going to click on the top where it says animation. As you can see, there are all these blue boxes again here. And these are all transitions. Okay, now like we did for the text animation, we can just hold our mouse over it again and observe the transition from one slide to the next. You can see there are several different options and you can choose whatever one you'd like. If you'd like no transition, you just click on this first box that says no transition. I'm now going to explain other features of the Movie Maker software. Okay, the first one is duration. Now, duration means the length of time that a slide is on the screen for. Okay, so if we click on the video tools at the top here highlighted in yellow, we will see all these options here, okay? And this one says duration. Right now it says 7. Now this 7 represents that the slide will play for 7 seconds. When we click on it like I just have, you'll see that it has a bunch of other numbers, okay? These numbers represent the amount of seconds that it can play. So you can change it to 3 seconds, 15 seconds, and so on, okay? 7 seconds seems to be a good length. However, if you want to keep that picture slide up there for longer, you can increase the duration or you can decrease it. You can also change the length of time that the text is on the screen. For example, we have the title that we've created earlier called Earth. Now I can change the amount of time that that text stays on the screen. So what you have to do is click on Text Tools again, that is highlighted in the purple, and you will see where it says Text Duration. Again, you will see a number beside it, that's 7, and that 7 represents 7 seconds. Okay, so you can click on the arrow again, and you will see that you can change the length of time that the text stays on the screen. Some more cool features about this movie maker is that you can record webcam. So if your computer that you're working on has a webcam, you can add that to your production. You can also record narration, which is your voice as you're talking about the slide. You also have the ability to add visual effects to your slides. Okay, so what you do is click on the Visual Effects tab, and you can see that there are many options as well. Again, you'll see all of these boxes up at the top here that displays the different effects. You can also click on this down arrow again with a bar on it to display all of them. You can go up and down, okay, and you can hold your mouse over it and you can see that there will be a change. You can also share your video with various websites, for example, YouTube and Facebook. To share your video with one of these sites, you simply click on it and it'll guide you through the process. When you have finished creating your movie with all of the different features and effects and options of your choice, you can preview your entire movie on full screen. So what you do is you click on the first slide and you will see there is this button right here in the corner by the time. You click on that and it'll open up and it'll play your video for you. Okay, and now it's replaying. To exit out of that, you can simply press the escape button. Okay, so once you've watched it and you're happy with it, we are going to move on to the next task. Our next and final task would be to save the movie. So you click on the Save Movie button. Make sure you click on where the words are, because that way it gives you more options. Okay, so you click on the button, and they recommend different settings. For our school project, I recommend that you save it for computer. You simply click on it. You name your movie, so I'll name it Earth, because that is the planet of my choosing. Make sure it's a video file so that we can view it, and you click save. Okay, and you'll see it is saving your movie. And once you hear the little ding, you know that your movie has finished saving. And after it's been saved, you'll see this screen come up here. And it'll ask you if you'd like to play the video now or open the folder that it's in. You can if you want, so you can click play or you can close it and your video will be saved.